So, I'm sitting here sweaty as shit because even in the apartment that I'm in, with the AC going, this monsoon weather's got the humidity going on every fucking where, including inside the fucking houses. So, me being in Arizona and it being monsoon season is just something that we have to deal with, unfortunately. I am privileged in the fact that my girlfriend will get things and I won't even have to ask. Things that I typically wouldn't get. And one of those things was a new vacuum. So, what she ended up getting on Amazon Prime was the Bissell brand CleanView Deluxe. It has the clear window, and it's a bagless system. And it has a whirlwind type motor. So it's basically just a really big DC motor, like you would put in a electric weed trimmer, that type of thing. But it's very well powered. It is not unmanageable for its size. The unit is heavy as fuck, which is good in vacuums. I hate light vacuums, and I'll tell you why. I don't mind carrying a vacuum and lifting it or whatever to store it, depending on what my situation on living spaces. And I've had all the way up to the $5,000 brands. I've had a house where I had one of those ones that they go to door. I don't remember what the fuck they're called now, but if you had any issues, you always had to pay out of the ass to get them repaired. Their warranties sucked. Bissell, I've known, has been a good steam cleaner for years and years. My parents exclusively used Bissell for shampooing carpet on their own. This vacuum, guys, I hate vacuuming. I'm not going to lie. But for all you men out there that you want to do something for your wife or your girlfriend or whoever you're with, roommate, what have you, and you don't typically do those type of home activities like dishes, clothes, laundry, that type of thing, I am one of those ones that champions doing it. I do that for my girlfriend because she treats me very well. And, this is a case in point. Like yesterday, she has a PS2 Slim. We went to Bookman's, and she took me there exclusively after what we were doing so that I could look for the old Crash Bandicoot games, because she just got the PS2 Slim after something life event-wise happened, and she was able to get a hold of it. So, it's one she's had before. But she took me to the store so that I could look, and I had my own money. But she didn't have to take me there because we were in her car. She still did it. She bought a vacuum for me. And honestly, I'll probably let her take it if she ever leaves. But it's so... Excuse my sideways there, but... It's so well powered. A lot of vacuums are either over or under. This is perfectly balanced for what it does. The brushes are not too aggressive, but they get things from deep inside carpet. And there is the typical setting. It's not one of those big, gangly, cheap-ass plastic dials. It's recessed and it's nice and solid. The power button is a push button, not a toggle like the old style. The cord is a powered, spring action powered retractor. You just push a button, it retracts. So you can actually control how much line you have. I think it's about 20 foot. I'm not exactly sure. It got me across my living room. The suction on the attachment device. Holy shit. It's actually louder than the vacuum itself when it's on. And there's one that goes on there it's purely operated by the suction. That when you stick it in, it's got its own brushes and its own gear system, and the gear in that head is almost like a turbo unit for a car. Once the suction turns, it multiplies that force of suction, and it turns at the same time, these brushes. I got stuff off my sideboards that have probably been there for a couple years. I've not had a reliable vacuum in at least 2 years. I've gotten ones from Goodwill, and they've just sucked ass, like bad, man. I can never buy another house appliance from Goodwill. Clothes, stuff like that, maybe. but vacuum not ever again. You can cleanly and clearly see through the window in the chamber what is up with what you're getting off of the ground. You can get an indicator as to why you have certain health issues because of how dirty your house is. These apartments are really old, so there's a lot of dust that accumulates. You can tell by looking at my ceiling. Like, I can't do that. I have to call facilities in to get their special brushes to do that. But, you know, that's just discoloration from that. The fans, whatnot. You know, we get a lot of dust in our apartments, even with the filters. It just happens. There was a lot of stuff on my carpet because of the amount of time I hadn't had a vacuum. And I bought one from Goodwill, and it burnt out 5 minutes after turning it on. So I've been very jaded when it comes to vacuum cleaners. I'm not a fan of buying things new in general. I'd prefer not to. I know that I have to at times. Vacuums are definitely one from now on, only brand new. And I probably will only stick with Bissell just because of the fact that it's as badass as it is. I'm sure Auric is probably up there, maybe better, but Bissell brand is not somebody that I would have ever thought a vacuum would be that good for. They proved me wrong. You know, I've had like the Aurics and the Dysons and those things, but they've all been used in at Goodwill and they've gone out after a while. So it's phenomenal. The attachments lock solidly. There's a space for everything to reattach to the main portion of the vacuum for storage. At first I didn't get how it worked. I finally saw where the last piece went. I was like, that's smart, because it's all fairly recessed. It's very straight in line, so you can put it in a very tight place to store it. Really a very well-designed vacuum. Like I said, not overpowered. It's perfectly balanced for what you need. The brush system on the attach point, you can run it along boards. You can run it along that edge of carpet. You pull that one off, and it's got that typical angled nozzle that's like that, the real narrow one. It plants down, and it is getting suction. That motor system and that whirlwind that this suction system has on this vacuum is really strong, and it just increases when you put more load on it, as opposed to some vacuums where you just go roar. And I know you know what that dreaded roar is. It happens on a lot of vacuums. Not on this one. So if you're looking for a low to mid-priced retail vacuum cleaner or on Amazon Prime, this one right here has my endorsement. And I'm talking to you mostly guys, because when we use something, we want it to work. Whether it's power tools, woodworking tools, all these different things that a man will typically use. By no means are women not able to do that, and more are using them. And I'm not segregating you ladies at all. I'm just speaking to the male audience as far as what we look for in something. We want it to be reliable. We want it to have a good warranty. There's just things that we want from the start. It's no different than like if I go and buy another fishing rod. The warranty has to cover everything on that rod. It can't just cover one piece. That doesn't make sense. And there's a lot of vacuum cleaners out there that just warranty certain things. I'm pretty sure that the warranty on this Bissell, unless you do something just really stupid and jackassed, is going to cover it, because it's a really good company, and they've been like that with steam cleaners with my parents for a long time. So guys, if you want to make it easier on yourself, you want adaptability for different areas of your living space, you can even use it in your car. You get an extension cord, you go out to your car, you can vacuum the shit out of your interior. I guarantee you it'll pick dirt out of your floorboards that has probably been there for years if you have that old a vehicle. It really is that ridiculously awesome, an all-around balanced vacuum. And that's my opinion personally.